What is going on, you guys? Petplatypus here, and it is time to talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Diamond is Unbreakable, Episode 16. This review is coming out later in the day than I originally wanted it to, but I had to go to the doctor, so there's nothing I can really do about it. I thought I was going yesterday, and that's why I didn't do Toriko, but turns out I'm going today. Well, I could have gone yesterday, but I didn't have my way of getting there. Anyways, you don't care about that. I'm just explaining why I didn't upload Toriko, but I will talk about Toriko in the next Toriko chapter review that I make. Tomorrow will be a Young Justice double review, so look forward to that. And with all that being said, this episode of JoJo, rat hunting season, this was a fun episode. It really was. The first half is basically Jotaro sort of explaining what they're going to do to find this rat, and Josuke having a confrontation with the rat in the kitchen, taking it down. And then the second half is the other rat that is way smarter, and it takes both of them to take this one down. And yeah, it's kind of funny. I'm going to be totally honest with you. It's kind of funny seeing a rat with a cannon stand that melts flesh. It's bizarre, it's weird, I said bizarre on purpose, and yeah, it is, it's a crazy one, but it's funny. What's not funny is what this thing does to people. It like takes people and like melts them down and turns them into like rat cubes and people cubes, and it's gross, and it's like, dude, this rat's a motherfucker. But it is, it's intense, but still, the fact that it's a rat, and the fact that there's all these intense shadows, and Josuke's like, oh my god, I caught eyes with it, and it's like, it's a rat. Like, but if you have ever been in Josuke's position in this episode, which is, you got this thing staring at you, if you make even the slightest movement, this thing is going to dart off, and you'll never find it again. If you've ever had that situation with like a fucking cockroach, or a rat, or a mouse, or whatever, you know how intense this is, because that thing could just dart off, which it did. Though Josuke was still able to keep it in the kitchen and take it out, it was still, you could relate. At least I could. But, yeah, it was fun, you know, a little situation. The second half, I think, was better. In the second half, we got the return of Zawarudo. Not the stand, but, of course, the English that is Zawarudo. So that was great to hear. Always funny. And, yeah, Jotaro, him teaming up with Josuke, taking out the rat, trying to pinpoint its location and tracking it and everything. It's cool. The episode moves at a slightly slow pace, but I think it works for this kind of situation with the hunting and everything. So I think the slow pace benefited the episode. They covered everything in the story arc, so that's good. There was good story progression there. Not too much on characterization, though I will say Josuke does seem to act, I don't know, he acts more timid and like less confident when he's around Jotaro, it feels. Like he seems like a slightly different character when he's with Jotaro, whereas when he's with anybody else, he seems more on top of things and confident and like a badass. But when it comes to Jotaro, he just seems to complain maybe a little more, or I don't know. There's just something about him when he's with Jotaro that he seems like a very different character. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But anyways, the last shot, taking out the rat, getting it to move, firing the rifle round, all that shit was badass. The art and animation in this episode. Animation was fine. It was okay. There was nothing really wrong with it. Nothing here really needed to look amazing, per se. The art itself, though, was actually really nice. There was some really nice art in this episode. It looked different than usual. I want to say a different artist came in to supervise everything that was going on, but it still looked pretty damn cool. So, with that being said, art and animation, plus pacing, plus story progression, plus, it was an overall really good episode. I'll probably give this one a solid 7.5 to 8 out of 10. I thought it was a very good episode of JoJo. It was fun. It had some intense moments. Somewhat relatable. I'm relatable to Josuke in this episode for sure. I mean, I'm a bit of a complainer sometimes. I mean, fuck, I make these reviews. And, you know, if I saw a spiderweb in a tree, I would definitely back away like he did. And if I knew there was leeches in that fucking lake, I would go around. Fuck that. So I could relate to Josuke a bit in this episode. And overall, I just really enjoyed it. So with all that being said, look forward to the Young Justice double review that's coming out tomorrow, and that's pretty much all I have to say. So, what did you guys think of this episode of JoJo? You can tell me in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Instagram or add me on PSN. I'm petplatypus on both. You can also give this video a thumbs up and share it on social media. Both of those would help me out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already or if you like what you've seen here. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.